Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're here in the Republic of Ireland. And I know when people come to visit Ireland, they kind of wonder, hey, is there a difference between Ireland and Northern Ireland? And should I visit them both or separate them? And what I want to do in this video is talk about some of the differences and similarities between Ireland and Northern Ireland. And one thing you need to realize is, as a tourist, your biggest annoyance and difference between the two countries is going to be the currency. So if you're in the Republic of Ireland, you're going to be using the euro. Whereas if you're in Northern Ireland, it's part of the United Kingdom, so you're going to be using the British pound. So you will have to transfer currency, you will have exchange money. But luckily, both places, you can pay with credit card pretty much everywhere, and ATMs are all over the place, okay? And I did mention that Ireland is in the European Union. However, Northern Ireland is not in the European Union. But one thing that's cool is there's no border formality. So you don't get a stamp when you come in, when you cross the border from Ireland to Northern Ireland and vice versa. However, as a tourist, if you need a visa for one of those countries, you can't just cross over without the visa. You do need to have that, okay? Now, another thing I think is important to know is the names of the country. And you'll see that there's a lot of different names that people will call Ireland, or they'll call Northern Ireland. I mean, Ireland, you think of the Republic of Ireland, people say Ireland. You'll hear people say the South. You'll hear them say the Republic, right? But then in Northern Ireland, you'll hear Northern Ireland. You'll hear Ulster. You'll hear the 6 counties. You'll hear the north of Ireland. And one thing I will say is, if you're in Northern Ireland, how you call the countries can be a bit uncomfortable, so it might be good just to stick with Northern Ireland and Ireland for the two countries' names, just to make life easier for you. Now, obviously, two different countries, you have two different flags. You've got Ireland's flag, and you have Northern Ireland's flag, okay? Now, another thing I think is important is when you're going to be visiting Ireland or Northern Ireland, renting a car is fantastic. And what's cool is if you rent a car, you can actually drive it over to the other country, Northern Ireland to Ireland, Ireland to Northern Ireland, no problem. But one of the things you need to realize, well, one, you might want to tell your car rental place you're going to do that. But one thing you're going to notice is different is how they measure distance. In Northern Ireland, they use miles and miles per hour. Whereas if you're in the Republic of Ireland, you will see that it's listed in kilometers and kilometers per hour. So that's why sometimes you might get confused when you're going across the border. Wait, how did that place get so much farther away? Or how did it get so much closer? Now that's just switching between miles to kilometers, okay? So that can be something. And if you're renting a car in the Republic, it might only have kilometers per hour. So regardless, whichever place you go, don't forget to get the GPS, because it'll tell you what the speed limit is in kilometers to help you adjust. So if you're going to the north. Now, another thing we need to mention in terms of differences is really the size of the two countries. I mean, Northern Ireland is a fraction of the size of Ireland, okay? So Northern Ireland's got 1.8 million people, whereas, Ireland, the Republic of Ireland has, 4.8 million people. So there's a lot more people in the Republic versus Northern Ireland, but also the size. I mean, you have 6 counties in Northern Ireland, and you got over 20 in the South. And the thing is when you're going around, you'll see that they both have tons of stuff to see. Like, don't worry, castles galore in both of them. Yes, yes. Coastal beauty, yes. Ring of Kerry in Ireland, Causeway coastal route in Northern Ireland, Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland, gorgeous. Cliffs of Moher, gorgeous. I mean, you have great stuff both places, okay? But since the Republic is larger, there are more castles, there are more sites, there is more coastline just by geographical size, because it's like 4 or 5 times larger than Northern Ireland. That's why most people spend most of their time in the Republic. But what's cool is it's really easy to go visit all of them, because in general, the island is not super big. So if you have a week or two, you can really explore both countries very easily. Now, I think a difference you really need to know is when you come to Ireland versus Northern Ireland, the Irish accent, you've heard it before. Whether you've heard it in movies, on commercials, at your favorite Irish pub, you've heard an Irish accent, and you kind of understand an Irish accent. A Northern Irish accent, you've never heard, okay? Because no one can get it down. And that's why it's always someone from Ireland talking, not some person from Northern Ireland. And the accent in the north takes you a little bit longer to kind of catch on to. I know we were walking around Belfast, we're like, wait, is that another language? No, that was English. That was Northern Irish accent. Okay, I've got it. So be ready for that it might take you a little more time to get the accent in the north. In terms of their capitals, Both Dublin and Belfast are well worth visiting. They both have cool sights to see, whether you're going to go to, the jail. Oh man, going to the jail in Belfast is so cool. And if you're going to go to, going to see the Book of Kells at Trinity Castle, if you're in Dublin, and of course they both have the tourist trap that's totally worth to go to bars, right? You got Temple Bar in Dublin, you've got the Crown Bar in Belfast. But I think the difference between the two really is the price. Dublin is going to be a lot more expensive as a tourist than Belfast, so that's something to kind of think about. But where Dublin and Ireland make it up is if you're looking at flying to those countries. It is a lot cheaper to fly to Dublin, Shannon, Cork than it is to fly to Belfast or anywhere in Northern Ireland. I mean, that's why I recommend flying to Dublin, rent your car, and then go up to the north, because you can save hundreds of dollars per ticket just going to Dublin versus Belfast. Now, when you are driving around and exploring the countries, which you should do, realize both countries, they drive on the left, okay? Now, the signage in Northern Ireland is always in English. The signage in the Republic is in Irish and English, so you have both languages there, so it's kind of cool to kind of see. And it doesn't matter if you're in the North or the Republic. When you're driving, you hear that beep. When a lorry, a semi's past you on the other side, it will freak you out no matter what country you're in. And with that driving, I think also one thing you need to know is there's more motorways to drive on if you like highway driving in Ireland than Northern Ireland, but they both have tons of back roads you'll enjoy. I did find the roads in Northern Ireland on the back roads to be a little bit nicer than the Republic, a little bit more space. I mean, we're not talking a lot of space, but just a little bit more space for when you're driving. And when you do go around, one thing you need to realize, it doesn't matter if you're in Ireland or Northern Ireland, the people are fantastic. They are so friendly. They want to make sure you have a good time, a crack when you are here in Ireland or Northern Ireland, that you'll get a chance to meet locals. And they're going to help you know the best places to go, the best things to eat. They're going to know what you've seen in the country. So be ready for that. And I think one thing I think is interesting, that the biggest question I get when I come to Ireland is, hey, where are you from? Right? And when I go to Northern Ireland, the biggest question I get is, oh, which do you like better, Northern Ireland or Ireland? All right. So be prepared for those two questions when you come, because it gives you a way to talk to the locals. And believe me, the locals will talk to you and talk to you and talk to you, and you will make some friends when you are here. And in both places, if a local buys you a drink, don't forget to buy the next round, because that's kind of how it works when you are here. In terms of other things, like I said, the countryside, the castles, the coastlines are fantastic in both places, so driving around is wonderful. And honestly, Ireland and Northern Ireland both are 100% worth going to. So if you're going to be coming into the Isles here, go to both, because you can really enjoy both. All right. So I hope this helped you know a little bit of the differences between Ireland and Northern Ireland. Oh, no matter which one you go to, the plugs are like in the UK, where it's like the flat things here and a third one up top, just so you know, just so you can make sure you can recharge your batteries and film videos and take pictures of all the beauty in both Ireland and Northern Ireland. So I hope you have a great time when you are here. It's a fantastic country to go to, and a fantastic country to go to because there's two countries. Haha, get that one. I do wish you all the best. I'll say bye from here in the Republic of Ireland, but don't worry, we enjoy both. Bye.